Well, hey, this is Rosa, RCG Creations. How you doing? I'm bringing you today something totally new. We're going to do a main course, but the video is mainly on the side dish. I'm going to be making Amish Onion Fritters. Nope, not on my weight program, but oh well, it is what it is, because I'm running out of stuff that I got to hurry and get out of my freezer. Y'all, as my regular subscribers know, I freeze like 30, 40 onions, chop them up in little minced, diced, chopped, and big long ones, because I just want to be able to have some variety. I put them all in a little snack Ziploc baggie, and then all of them go in a quart or gallon freezer bag, and then I label every snack size so I know what it is: diced, minced, long, chopped, whatever. I even do some rings, because if you want to do onion rings, but we don't ever make onion rings. But I still have some that are rings, because sometimes you just want to chop it up in half, and then that's enough. Because sometimes I'll just put that one half of a chopped onion, and I'll put it on a piece of chicken that's being grilled in the oven, or on the rotisserie. I mean, not the rotisserie, the Ninja Foodie from my air fryer, and I stick it on there, and so it has a little bit of onion flavor without having too much. And hubby don't have to worry about it, because he don't like onions. He likes cooked onions, but he doesn't like raw onions that have been cooked. Okay, I don't know how you go about that, but that's just how he is. So let's get started. Okay, ingredients are 2 large onions, thinly sliced, preferably the sweet something to forget. I'll do a little pop-up. I forget what the name of it is. I didn't have any, so I'm just going to go stick with my regular old white onions. They're actually not white, they're yellow onions. Okay, and then you want to make sure they're totally pat dried and dry, because the more moisture that you take out of the onions, the less soggy your fritter's going to be. Okay, because the onion has so much moisture in it, it's going to come out, so when you're frying it, it's going to be on the little soggy side. 1 cup all-purpose flour. If you want to, you can do gluten-free, and that's what I'm doing. I've got me some almond flour. Excuse me, I don't have almond flour. I have totally out of that. Remind me, I got to put that on my Azure order. Next thing is gluten-free, so I've got myself gluten-free. I have a whole pound, 5 pounds of that, so I'm good to go with there. So now I'm doing that gluten-free today. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Oops, excuse me, my little reminder just popped up. Sorry about that. 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon paprika, 1 cup of butter, buttermilk. I don't have no buttermilk, but guess what? If you print your recipe, put in a sheet protector, write on there how to make your own buttermilk. Every time you have a recipe, you know exactly what it is, so you don't have to go hunting on how do you make buttermilk, because I'm always hunting, and I don't want to be wasting my time hunting when I don't have to. So make your buttermilk by mixing 1 cup of milk with either 1 tablespoon of white vinegar and or 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And I've got myself my own buttermilk that I just made, but I did mine with white vinegar. I have lemon juice, but I don't want to bother with it. It was easier to grab the white vinegar. 1 large egg, and vegetable oil for frying. And you have options. You can, if you want to, add some fresh dill. I don't have any in my garden. It's growing, but it ain't ready yet. Some chopped parsley or chives. If you can, do fresh if you can, but if not, do dry. But I don't have none of those either. So my chives are done gone, and they were here from last year. The plant finally quit producing. And I just didn't have it in me to plant some more, so I'll do that next season. Okay, so let's get to rolling. So while we're doing that though, because this is going to take a minute, because it's going to fry all these. So it's just me and hubby. We don't have anybody else, and I don't really want to do leftovers on fried stuff because it don't taste very good. So I just got 3 little snack bag sizes of diced onions, loosely chopped. I've already been patting it dry, and I got my little fan on it right there to help dry it up, because there's still a little moisture, but it's a lot drier than it was 2 hours ago. Okay, so in a large bowl, we're going to combine the sliced onions with a pinch of salt. We're going to let them sit for about 10 minutes to draw out any moisture. Okay. Bring you down so you can see what's going on. Okay, let's move things around. Move that over here. Move that. I don't need these anymore because I'm totally done. Those go in my sink to get washed. These are never even used. We'll put those away. So, okay. We'll toss this over here so I can stick it in the laundry hamper to get ready to wash it. And it says, with a pinch of salt. And the salt's going to drain out some of the water from the onion. I actually should have done this 10 minutes ago, but I was just getting everything ready because I'm hoping to be under my 15-minute time frame that I like to give myself for my videos. Doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. Okay, we're going to set that aside. And while that does what it's doing, we're going to make burgers. We're going to have burgers and onion fritters. So here's my, it's just me and hubby. And like I said, we don't want no leftovers or nothing. We just have enough for today's meal. We'll probably get an extra patty out of here. I don't know. I may or may not. Because it's only 1 pound. Well, prices of ground beef are really getting, really, they've been getting high for like 2 years, but they're really getting a little ridiculous. I'm adding just a little bit of my beef granule, just because I like the flavor of it. And that's what this is. Sprinkle of pepper. My Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse. Hubby and I really love these Kinder seasonings packets. But be careful, watch them, because there's a lot of salt in here. Whoops. Sorry, my another alarm went off. I'm using my cell phone. The tripod is it's really damaged. And so I'm trying not to use it if I don't have to. Till I get another one. Let me do a little bit more of that. We really like this flavor. Next thing we're going to do is caramelized onion butter. And make sure when you start off, you wipe down your counter, clean and sanitize it. Same thing with your hands, because you're going to be working with food that you're going to be eating. Okay, my little battery fan, it's a USB battery fan, finally went kapooey. We're good to go though. Now I'm just going to mix it up. Oh, I forgot my breadcrumbs. Let me give you my breadcrumbs. I make my own breadcrumbs, and I season them, and that's just to hold the ground beef together for the patties. It's nice knowing that I've been learning how to cook going on 2 years now. When I started my YouTube channel so I can keep track of what's doing what and what's what. Because I didn't really cook hardly at all. Hubby or daughter, my daughter, our daughter, she loved to cook. She cooked main courses, side dishes, desserts. She did some baking, but she was more into cooking. So I let her do all that, and I just gave her some extra allowance money. Because I would pay her extra because I didn't do dishes either. But she's got a family of her own. She's made me a great grandma 3 times out. So we're very happy, very pleased. We're happy with her anyway, no matter what. But it's nice now. But she lives in another state with the family. Her kids and the grandkids are all over there. So we see them ever so often. Okay, so I think that's pretty mixed up pretty well. Man, it smells so good. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Let's smell it. Smell it. See, can you smell it? Can you smell it? Yum, 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 yum. Okay, so we're done with that. I'm going to get my skillet, but I'm not going to do that turley yet. I want to wait until my fritters are halfway done. Then I'll cook them, because these won't take long to cook. But at least it's ready and prepped. Now, I've had these dry pretty darn well. You see, there's not that much excess moisture in here. And there's supposed to be some extra moisture in the bowl, but there isn't any, because I patted them really well. I went through 2 dish towels, both sides, double layer, triple layer. So I think all the moisture is pretty much out of these. Okay, make sure there's nothing there. That's going to go in the garbage. Okay, so let's get to making the ingredients. Let's turn the heat up. Oh, you know what? Let me wait, because I don't know. That won't take, well, yeah, well, I'm using an iron skillet. And I'll bring you over here in just a minute. Okay, it's on about a medium heat. Okay, in a large bowl, combine the onions, which I did. Let it sit for about 10 minutes, but I don't think I have to, because I already dried it out pretty well. In another bowl, we're going to whisk together the flour, the baking powder, the salt, black pepper, and paprika. Okay. We're going to use the same bowl. See that? There's hardly any moisture there. See that? And I don't mind that I'm mixing the ground beef, because we're having burgers with it, so I'm okay with that. And a little onion in the ground beef ain't gonna hurt nobody. But don't tell hubby, because he don't like onion. Okay, in another bowl, we're going to whisk together the flour, the baking powder, salt, and black pepper. Let me wash my hands right quick. Get that excess ground beef off of there. Okay. Okay, we're going to mix. Okay, we're going to whisk. We're going to whisk the flour, let's put that dirty dishes, flour, baking powder, salt, black pepper, and paprika all in a small bowl. Okay, whisk that around. That's done. In a separate bowl, mix the buttermilk and the egg. So let's get our egg mixed in with our buttermilk. I saved my eggs for my garden. I'm gonna wash that. Let me rinse off, because that's egg. Okay. Let me get myself a fork. Oh, I have one right here that's clean. Break up the yolk. Mix it together. The buttermilk and your egg. Now we're going to add this. Move that over there. Whisk that to mix it together. It says, in a small bowl, combine the wet ingredients with dry ingredients until just mixed. Do not over mix. Okay. grab my spoon. I like to put a little yucky stuff like that soaking in water while I'm cooking or preparing food. That way when it comes to cleanup time, I don't have such a messy job of it getting hard on me. So I'm just scraping the sides of the bowl. And it says don't over mix. I want to make sure all the flour, see that? You want to make sure all the flour's mixed up together. You get work in from the center, bottom center up. Oh, see that? There's a chunk of flour. Work from the bottom center and come up. Scrape your bowl every so often. Make sure there's, I wonder, it didn't say anything about lumps. It just says don't over mix. Okay. I want to take some of the lumps out just because I don't want to bite into a chunk of flour. I'm sure the oil will cook it, but again, I've never made these, so I don't know. I'm just assuming, but that doesn't mean, because I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't know. If you know, let me know. That way I don't have to do these extra few minutes of chopping up, making sure the little lumps are, see, all these little lumps are nothing but pieces of flour that didn't have any liquid in it. You see that? It's flour. Yep, more flour. All it is those little lumps. This does smell good though. Okay, great. Now we're done. Now we're going to fold in the onions into the batter. Make sure it's all well coated. I'm going to do a little taste test to make sure my oil is hot. Turn my heat up just a little bit. I got a piece of onion I had on my finger and I just dropped it in. And it's not sizzling, so it's not hot. So we're going to bring you over to the stove top. Bear with me, I'm going to angle you over so you can make sure you see what's going on. Oops. Okay, come on, angle up, okay. I don't want you to go down, I just need you to go angle up. See this machine? It's paying attention to what I tell it. Like you're right, Rosa. It's really paying attention to you. I make room, my little tiny little kitchen. Okay, now I've got room. I don't want nothing to fall. Okay, good. So we're good. You can see me. Let me do a little test. It's starting to, see? It's popped up and floating. Okay. Well, that's, I'm going to give a few more minutes. Let's get some patties rolling. Front. So I want my pan in the center. Let's make some patties. And I'm just going to do the hand patty. I'm not going to do nothing special to it. When these start to get a little golden brown, then I know they're ready and I can put the other ones in. See, just made myself a little patty. Nothing special. I don't have that many onions, so I think they're going to be ready at the same time the burgers are going to be ready. Yep. Usually 1 pound, we get 3 burgers out of it. Big old piece of ground beef. Let's get that in there here. Just, we don't want to waste that little piece. Just dropped a little piece and picked it up. And you know when you do this hand patty that the burger swells up so it gets thick. So you can squeeze it as much as you can, flat, so it doesn't puff up on you so much. That way the center on the inside is cooked and the outside is not burnt. And I'm just pressing it. Now you have one of those cast iron meat presses. I have one, but I don't need it. This is only 3 burgers. If we had the kids here, when I was making like 20 of these things, I'd be using it. It's just me and hubby. All I'm doing is squeezing the excess. You only want to do this when it's still raw. You don't want to do this when it's cooked, because then you're releasing the juices. You want the juices inside the burger. Let me wash my hands right quick. Grab myself a towel. Move these out of the way. Move this out of the way. Let me grab another plate for the burgers. The burgers will come over the heel. Take the towel so they can drain after they're cooked. Okay, these are ready. Let me get my, excuse the reach there, sorry about that. Okay, come on, get out. Ugh. Let me rinse this. It's been a while since I've used this. Let's dry that with my clean towel. This is what I'm going to use to scoop up the fritters. Okay, I'm going to turn it down just a tad because I don't want this to pop, 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 pop when I put it in. You want to do this in small batches so you don't reduce the temperature of your oil. And of course it all based down to the size of your skillet. And I want these bite-sized pieces. Let me turn this over so I can get a better angle on my plate. You see that? It's already turning golden brown. Look at that. That didn't take long at all. And for those who want to know, I use canola oil. What I'm using here. These little bite-sized pieces there. Grab all those little bite-sized pieces there. And don't forget, when you're frying, feel free to adjust your temperature as needed. Because you never know when you're going to need to adjust your temperature. Okay, let's turn this one over. Come on, flip over. Hello, one that want to flip over. Get someone to go on the other side. Okay, I think this guy's a little bit ready. Yep, look at him. See, he's golden brown. See this guy? Yep, he's golden brown. Golden brown. You don't want to burn it. And you can kind of smell your oil if it's getting a little too hot. I'm going to turn down the heat just a little bit because I can smell that the heat's getting to it a little bit. My burgers are sizzling good. a little too many there. Go back to come clean up my heat a little bit. Where's my spatula? Oh, gotta wash my spatula. I'm doing some dishes while I'm cooking. Nice little sear on that side. If you lay down your burger and don't touch it, don't move it around, you get a nice little sear in the inside of your meat. It's nice and moist and juicy. Okay, let's turn these around. Cook very much with a cast iron hubby does, but I don't. So a lot of this is kind of fairly new to me. I've seen a lot of it growing up with family, but I myself don't use it very often. But since I read 5 different recipes, and they all said it's best to use cast iron, so I'm like, well, I got a cast iron pan, we'll just learn. I'll never know how to use it if I don't start using it. So I'm just going to start using it. It don't take long for the other side to get golden brown. We'll grab 2 or 3 of these at one time. Oops, there's a little crisper. Let's get some more batter in here. And we still got to show you how to make the sauce to go with it, the dipping sauce. Now I'm being a little bit picky. I'm trying to get just the onion, not so much of the sauce, That's way too many fritters for us. Now you can bake the leftover fritters. Bake them in your oven, 350 degrees, for like 10 minutes. And they're supposed to come crunchy. But I'm sorry, I've never had something that was fried, reheated, and I've done it in the oven, and they come out crunchy the next day. And definitely do not heat it up in your microwave. That microwave's just going to make them soggy. I just try to get my onions only. So this way I just have onions cooking. I don't need all this extra sauce. Didn't get me a slotted spoon. Now I have one right here. Just gotta find where it is. There it is. A little slotted spoon. Let all the juice and the sauce come out. Time to flip. Keep an eye on your other main course that you're making, if you're making a main course. And I think they're about ready. I think I'm just going to turn off my heat, and then I'll take them out of the burner. Flip over. There you go. There you go. Flip over. Okay, you need to flip over too. Oh, I got a piece of onion with nothing on it. So just stick it in there with a little crunchy. I'm going to turn off. I'm turning off my heat. I know these burgers are ready. Yep, that one's ready. That one's ready to season around. I think that side the burner got more hot than this side. I'm going to put a lid on it and keep them moist. Turn off my heat. The heat's totally turned off. Got me a bowl. I'll start to make my sauce in just a second. Let me get these out of here first. Let's do the last batch. There's nothing but onion there. You hear that noise? That's water in one of the onions. It's doing that because it's like water and oil don't mix. I'm good to go with that. So that's more than enough. This is all I had left. And there's hardly any onion in it. Because I'm going to put that in the garbage disposal. I don't want it to go into, in the trash can. I don't want to put it in my garbage disposal. Because that's got flour in it. And I don't want it to mess up my drain. That's all it needs, a clogged drain. Nobody wants a clogged drain. Ouch. I just got splashed my first time. Shame on you. You're not supposed to splash me. I did good. I dried you. I washed you. I don't have you on high heat, but enough to make them toasty. It should not have splashed me. But you know, that's part of frying. That's the risk you take when you go into the cooking method with frying. That was the reason why I was actually scared. So I told Mom, I don't want to learn how to cook. I'm just going to go out to buy my food. And Mom goes, you're going to give me a time when you're not going to be able to afford to do that. Oh, man. I'm going to college. I'm having a career, so I'll have money. Was I surprised? Okay, those are about ready. Turn down the heat. Let's get ready. I'm going to move you over. We're going to do I'm going to put you on pause because I'm going to get all my ingredients and we're going to do the sauce, the dipping sauce. Okay, we're back. We're going to do the taste test. There's the burger. There's the fritters. Hubby and I don't eat bread with our burger. We love it, but we don't eat it. Because we're not supposed to. Here's my dipping sauce. I don't use too much of this stuff. Hubby does. Only because it's so high in calorie. It's mayo. I'll do a pop-up with the whole directions because the recipe is on my phone. And I'm using my phone to record. So, ground beef, hamburger patty. Seasoned with all those seasonings. And then my little apple fritters. So let's do a little taste test. Now let me show you. The inside's perfectly cooked. I like mine really, really well cooked well. He likes his kind of like a little bit of blood. Not much blood, but a little bit of blood. Not me. I want it cooked. Okay, so let's just do the burger by itself. Do yourself a favor. Put some of those beef grilling granules. Get some, go buy some if you don't have any. And add it whenever you're making anything with beef, especially like with patties or anything else. It doesn't have to be for soup, only soup. You can use it for anything else because you can make beef broth with it. Now let's do a fritter. You know, I'm going to do a taste without the dipping sauce. Love that fritter. And it's not greasy, oily. I mean, there's grease in it, yeah, because it's fried. It's fried. Dip it in the sauce. I will be making those again. This menu is a 2 thumbs up. And this is my take on making Amish onion fritters and a hamburger patty. Take care now. Have a good one. Take care. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.